Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Dungeon Boys. I'm your DM, Keith.
Josh playing Arlo.
I peed last time. That was a cliffhanger. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
It's been like one whole week.
Yeah, I'm really glad you did that.
Just in case anybody was worried.
I didn't get it at first, but I'm really glad you did.
Anyway.
Oh, because it's been a week since they knew you had to pee, but they've been waiting to hear about it.
It actually took this whole week. That's why the episode took
I
this week.
saw that on
to
a
get out.
forum. Somebody posted a picture of Captain Falcon drawn back like this, and it said Falcon. And then, like a week later, in the same forum, at the exact same time, they posted Punch, and it was just
Nice.
going through the screen.
God. Separate note: Smash Brothers comes out December 7th. We're getting close to that month mark.
Oh, I need to get the Switch.
All right, but anyway.
I'm Zenas. I play Thaddeus Grim Baker.
And I am Brice, playing the mysterious Jack Law.
Jack Law. In the last episode, you guys as characters found out that Jack lost his wife.
Mm-hmm.
We
Pretty
did.
big reveal.
Oh yeah,
Big
Kurt
reveal.
didn't do anything with that.
Also, last episode, you guys met the sheriff of Fark. His name is Argnon. He's a dragonborn, and he told you guys about how they were having trouble with gnolls. The town was. There's kind of equal trouble on both sides in that situation. There's giving and taking of trouble on each side. You got a lead on Briar, and you thought you were leaving that behind, but in actuality, you were heading straight for the mystery of where Briar is. Briar is Arlo's mentor, his Druid mentor. And so in the last episode, you guys made your way into the forest, and you...
He's a big, big man. It's hard to walk in a direction that he's not in.
Yeah. You find a gnoll.
That way.
Brice just leaned back and put his arms out in a probably 60-degree angle when he pointed. But you found his tent, and you found his personal effects and stuff, and it was obvious that he had been kidnapped. As well, you found a single gnoll, which is a tall hyena-like creature, humanoid, that was rifling through his things, and you guys captured him handily, tied him to a tree, and now, to boil it down, are torturing him for information.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be our friend.
Yeah, he's not gonna be cool with that.
No.
So yeah, the last thing he said was they've taken Briar. He's going to help them destroy Fark because Fark has taken too many of their lives of their tribe, and they're going to get what they deserve. And the last thing he said was, in response to a question of where is Briar, he responded with, "You're probably too late. He's probably already woken it up."
Roll credits.
We good to go?
Yeah, you are free to act.
Arlo, do you think he was lying about the children? I'm Arlo. Nope. Jack, do you think he was lying about the children?
I see no facetiousness in him.
Okay.
He seems to be telling the truth.
Yeah, he's just pulling against his rope. Sorry.
So
He
then,
also has no reason to lie at this point.
I agree. So why don't you tell us the truth about this it that you speak of?
What will you do if I don't?
I will rot your throat, use this collar to reanimate your dead corpse, and then I will kill you again.
He wants to say, "Is that even what this collar does?" But really, you have to roll intimidation, and I have to roll against
Probably
you.
insight on that.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn my inspiration for it.
Okay,
Well, that's a 5.
that was better than your last.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
have -2.
All right, Zenas. What he does in response to that is you hear him go, and he spits in your face.
I'm gonna take my hand
Take that!
and I'm gonna grab his throat and I'm gonna necrotic energy it and I'm just gonna hold it there until he dies.
All right.
How do you
Unless-
have -2 intimidation
'Cause
as
it's-
a demon thingy?
Well, I mean, I guess in my
He's
other
real
form it'd be
cuddly.
scary, but I have charisma is my double step.
I thought you turned into your other form whenever combat started.
No.
Oh wait, yeah, we decided that wasn't a thing.
Okay. Also,
So Arlo is like teetering on the edge. He's like halfway, just about to run off in that direction. So
okay. Yeah, you don't know exactly what direction they went, but
you said last episode that like we could
Yeah.
see where he dragged
those
off.
Yeah, you can see that in the tent. You don't really see it leaving the you do. I guess you probably would have to see that leaving the thing. Anyway, when you start to do this on his neck, so you need to, I guess, do a damage thing. Like you're starting to damage him. So I guess roll intimidation with advantage to see if like he's gonna just let you kill him or.
Okay. That was a 14.
All right, you do succeed. So he holds out for as long as he can, but eventually says,
All right. I'll tell you where they are, but they'll kill you as soon as you arrive. You smell like Farkian scum.
So if I use your flesh to coat my body, I won't smell like Farkian scum?
They'd still recognize you.
Oh, good. If they're as cuddly as you are, I'll just kill them too.
Not cuddly. If you're going to describe me that way, you might as well kill me here and now. But I'll tell you where they are.
I love this turn of events.
I take off the collar.
Thank you. Our camp is that way. A couple miles deeper in the forest.
"Do you kill him?"
Immediately I start walking that direction.
Burb goes to meet Arlo and follows him.
Okay. Thank you, Gnoll, for your assistance. And I touch his throat again, but this time I'm going to use my healing touch, and I'm going to heal his throat up for 4 hit points. I can do it.
Oh, okay. You can do that, yeah.
Touch him good now.
Yeah, so we'll just say you gave him back full health.
Well, because I only damaged him 3,
Okay, yeah.
so
So yeah, he's good.
So he's still tied up to a tree?
yeah.
I'm so tempted to leave a sign hanging around just says cuddly.
Arlo, do you want me to kill him? I don't see a reason to.
We don't have time for it.
He says, you can't just leave me here. I'm going to get eaten by an animal in this forest. And this is the greatest disrespect. I can't even fight for my life.
I could put a dagger in your... I don't have a dagger. Never mind. Here, I'll untie you. I untie him.
Okay.
I take my rope back.
You're not worth killing, but I ain't leaving this rope here.
I mean, really, I do want to keep this rope.
Got some quality rope.
How would a gnoll react being untied after you tried to kill him?
He would attack.
Yeah, he's gonna jump and try to bite you right now. So let's roll initiative real quick. We're back in initiative with this gnoll.
16.
Oh boy.
9.
And Arlo, you are free to leave as you please. You don't even have to be in
going
combat.
off in the direction of the thing.
Can my ready reaction for him leaving the tent kick in now?
No, it cannot. I'm sorry.
I wasn't expecting him to be hefted
Grim,
out.
Technically, we carried him out of the tent earlier. Would it have kicked in then?
Grim and Jack,
I killed Arlo earlier.
What
your initiative. Sorry,
16, I think, something like that.
we'll say that.
9.
9. Okay. So Grim, it would be your go first.
You didn't
Okay.
have to rewrite that. You just could have put a 1 back.
I'm gonna.
Don't look at my DM papers, boy.
Okay, I got a 23 to hit
So that does hit.
A little bit.
for a grand total of 11 damage to
Good gravy.
his chest. I'm punching him in the sternum.
All right. So you punch him in the sternum, and you got some necrotic damage in there, and right,
Mm-hmm.
and so it just curdles up his skin and the armor on his chest, and you kind of knock the wind out of him.
You know, you could have just told us what we wanted to know.
I have to go down fighting.
That's his mouth going back and forth.
You sound like a duck.
The capacity for the person controlling me is not very high for different types of voices and for chattering teeth.
He says. He doesn't really say. Jack, nope. Grim, nope. 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 It's the gnoll's turn. The gnoll is going to complete the bite that he was intending to do.
It's the turn of a random squirrel that was within 10 feet.
He don't go and hit you, I don't believe on that. Let me see. No, he
Suddenly,
rolled
the
a 9.
DM became
He
Arlo.
don't going to.
He don't know.
He rolls a 9.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah. So he doesn't hit you, but he does stand there, like. He's like,
You will regret tying me up and shocking me like a dog.
You. I mean, not to be rude. I don't think I'm a rude guy, but you are canine in appearance.
I don't understand that word.
A dog.
Jack, it's your turn.
I'm gonna hit him with Booming Blade. Hey. I rolled a 20 earlier because I thought it was my turn, but then it wasn't, so I picked it up. But I rolled a 19, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. You hit him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, D8. So he takes 9 and he'll take 8 if he moves.
Okay.
Oh wait, I had my dexterity modifier to damage, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, with your.
Oh yeah,
cleaver
that
attack.
is the piercing. Never mind. That's right.
Okay. So you do that damage to him. So 9, you said, and if he moves, he'll get more.
Shocky.
Where do you put that knife?
I guess I was kind of behind him whenever this happened, so kind of like back shoulder.
Chopper slice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just bury that knife in there real quick.
Yep.
So you just chop him right in the back of his shoulder, and that really opens him up. Like there's a lot of vessels back there, and blood just shoots out of there. It's like as you pull the knife back, like spaghetti western style, blood comes back with it as you do it. His blood is a very dark crimson as it flies back, and he gets out of as you hit him. Grim, is your turn.
Are we near a tree?
Sure.
Yeah, well, yeah,
He was just
I just don't
talking.
try it.
Yeah.
There's a tree on the other side of him from you.
19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Great gravy. Good rolls, boys.
That is a grand total of 9 damage. So I just want to, I guess as he's screaming, I want to just grab like his head and slam it into the tree.
Okay, as you do that, you slam his head into the tree, and he was so weak at this point, like the necrotic damage passes through your arm and into his face, and it just kind of concaves his face in as you press his head into the tree, and some of the necrotic damage passes all the way through his head and into the tree, and so where you slam his head in, a little piece of the tree is kind of eaten out, and he's like lets out a and he slides down to the tree. He slides down dead in the exact same spot he would have slid down dead had he been murdered right there at the tree.
Cool. Does he have a weapon?
I imagine you probably took him away. So whatever the spear he had, the spear and longbow he had before you tied him up, I imagine would probably have been near the tree. He was unarmed when he attacked you just now, but he was armed with a spear and longbow whenever you found him.
I want to like lay his body out and put the spear on his chest and have him like hold it.
Cool. That's kind of you.
I mean, I'm
I'm
not a bad guy. I'm chaotic good. What do you want me to do?
I like it. So I was more of trying to bait you to explain why. So what is your reasoning?
Grim's intention was not to kill this man. This gnoll.
It just happened.
He wanted. Well, no. See, Grim was angry that the children were killed. So initially going into it, he was like, okay, I'm going to kill these gnolls. Like 70% I'm going to kill them. 30% I'm willing to hear them out.
Yeah.
And then the gnoll, like he thought he was telling the truth, so that kind of went down. He's like, all right, I'll let you go. And then the gnoll's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. So,
but the spear is some honor in death, I guess, or
it's
to
like,
rearm and make him like he went down fighting.
Yeah, he like that. That's a very like from what Grim has seen. That's like a people of honor, people of great importance are buried like that. So
That's
he's just
nice
like
of you.
setting them like that.
That's a nice thing. That's a very nice thing. Nice thing. All right.
And then I nod to Jack and head off toward Arlo.
You're out of combat. We went through pretty much a turn and a half. It has been 12 seconds since Arlo turned to leave you. He is not a quick man. So you can catch up with him rather easily.
I'm about 5 feet away, really.
If you guys wanted to use an out of combat dash, you would be right next to him.
I'll do that.
Okay, so you guys are back with
Arlo walks like Mr. Krabs. His legs are a blur, but he just doesn't make it very far.
you are back with Arlo, and he is approaching. Or you guys are walking out of this camp. Roll survival for me.
Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Everybody?
7.
12.
10.
What was everybody's roll? Sorry.
7.
12.
10.
Arlo, it's you see every so often you see another one of those red flowers kind of growing out of the ground. in the same exact trail that it looks like he was dragged off in.
I'm following those flowers.
Okay, quickly you follow those flowers. So
Quick
after a
Quick as
couple,
my stumpy legs can take me.
it's several miles you have to go. He was not lying when he said it was a couple miles, or it was several. It was probably 4 or 5 miles deep into the forest. You are rather deep into the forest at this point. There's a kind of a rocky kind of hill to your left side as you travel around, and you approach another place where the trees do kind of get a little bit clear. It looks like a good spot for a camp because it is a spot for a camp. It is a spot for a gnoll camp. This camp is several semi-permanent tents, kind of teepee style, that seem to be easy to pack up. They are made with animal skins. On top of the spikes in the ground, there are skulls of animals that they have hunted. There looks like a very tribal, a very primitive existence. These things live kind of roaming from place to place, nomadic, hunting, getting food there, and then moving on. And there are not a ton of gnolls, it seems, rolling around. We'll do a perception roll, but just what you see is kind of on the left side, this kind of rocky side of a cliff face. And then the to the right of that will be the gnoll camp in this clearing. But in the center of the gnoll clearing, the center of the camp is the biggest thing that stands out about this camp. And it is what is obviously a very large treant, however you pronounce that, is essentially the same thing as the Ents in Lord of the Rings, the living tree. But this tree is asleep. What?
No, it's a plant. Necrotic.
Yeah. Yeah, Zenas was making a face like, ooh. But this treant is very large. It's probably 100 feet, not 100 feet, probably 50, 60 feet tall. Very thick trunks going down to the ground where you can see would be his legs, and then he's kind of bent over, and the leaves are growing skyward, and his arms are pressing to the ground, and the roots are down, and he is. It doesn't look to be active. It looks to be asleep, not snoring, but it looks to be a dormant treant that this thing is surrounded by, that the camp surrounds. So everybody roll a quick perception for me if you don't mind.
7.
17.
Okay.
26.
Dang.
7, 17, and 26. So Arlo, you don't get a good eye. You're kind of focused on Briar. You're looking for him, but you don't see him. And the fact that you don't see him leads you to not see the rest of what's in the camp. But Jack and Grim, you can see that there are at least 5 gnolls roaming around in this camp, kind of going back and forth and patrolling. And Grim, you can see, if you guys spend any amount of time up here, you can see that there are 2 gnolls outside of surrounding a tree that has a tent, a kind of raggedy tent attached to it. But there are 2 gnolls standing right there beside that. Then they look to be sort of on guard, and that's kind of near to the big treant.
I explain this to Arlo.
Do that, if you don't mind. I like it whenever you guys talk to each other.
Okay, I forgot what you said.
There are two gnolls.
Some
guarding.
guy named Trent.
Yeah. Well, you saw the tree ant
Yeah.
thing. Although it appears that those 2 gnolls over there are guarding something. Perhaps that is where your man Briar is.
Okay. All right. That sounds like it could be right. Could be
There
right.
are also a handful of gnolls, perhaps 5-ish around here. Abouts.
All right. Thank you, Grim. Good eye.
You got it.
Arlo is just very focused on what's going on. So.
Okay, cool. What do you guys want to do? You guys are kind of a little bit on a kind of a raised thing, looking down at this camp. It's kind of in like a bowl of the forest here. There's kind of a ridge, little tiny grassy hill with the trees coming out of it around the right side of this camp, and on the left side is that kind of rocky face that goes up kind of skyward on the left side, creating sort of a defensible location for them.
Fellas, I don't know what's going on here exactly, but I know that Briar's most likely somewhere down there, and we need to find out where he's at before something bad happens.
Jack, do you think you can stealth into that camp and find Briar?
I can give it a shot. And it won't cost you anything if I get caught.
Well, if you get caught, I will come in and get you out.
Alright.
Do not worry about that.
We got your back, bud.
Then I will do my best.
Burb says, "Got your back, buddy." And he grabs his sword.
Hold on to that, bro.
Here, you can take my sword. No. All right. So how you want to pull this off?
Where are we in relation to the camp?
So if you're looking at the camp, there is to your left this kind of rocky face that creates the back of their camp. Directly ahead of you is the Treeant, and then surrounding this Treeant is this kind of gnoll camp. The camp is probably 200 feet across. There's a lot of tents. I mean, there's an absolute butt ton of gnolls live here, it would seem. But there's only 5 here right now. It's probably late or approaching late afternoon at this point. By the time you guys get there, and you guys are looking at that.
Okay. Where is it you want me to go? You want me to get behind the guards?
I think we need to find out what they're guarding.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is my intention. Is for you to.
So this is just a scouting mission.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you get caught, I will attempt to defuse the situation.
If you think you can take out any of them while you're there without being seen,
Brice just put a finger onto his lips and used his cleaver as a knife to stab in the belly and go. That was that noise.
That would not work.
Yeah.
It is flat on the front.
It is a cleaver. Dumb butcher.
Yeah.
What do you want to do, Brice?
I want to try what they said.
Okay.
So I'm going to sneaky down there.
Do you want me to cause a distraction, or do you think you can do it on your own?
I got it.
Again, for you people at home, Brice, his considering pause was him looking at the dice that he just rolled to see that he
By
probably
accident, it
did
just
stuff.
fell out of my hand.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I got a 22 for stealth.
Okay.
stealth.
You blink out of existence.
A what for stealth you said? Yeah, that of course does it.
22.
Yeah. So, how do you want to approach?
I just want to. Where is this tent that they're guarding? Is it like back, like towards where the?
It would be on the other
rock
side of
faces?
the Treeant from you, and yeah, on that left side towards the rock.
Then I'm going to completely circumvent this little camp, and I'm going to try and go up behind that tent and swoosh behind the guards and see what's in there.
Okay, cool. Swoosh is is a very common word that we use now. That no matter what language, I think if you say swoosh, people understand like like that little sneaky thing. If you know what swoosh.
It's the noise that happens whenever you sneak into something. Not
Anyway,
in real life, but in every other instance.
so you do that
Some
successfully.
person in like Philippines is like, oh, swoosh.
Yeah, that's delicious. So you do that successfully. You circumvent the camp. You travel around. You do have a couple of close calls with a few of these gnolls that are walking around. You do actually see one extra gnoll that was hiding behind that Treeant. There's now 6 gnolls total that you can see in this camp right now, and a couple of them are like roasting
Are you guys
something.
watching me?
I am,
Mhm.
yes.
Okay, then I'm going to point at the Treeant and hold up 6 fingers.
Okay, so you guys now know there's 6. There's a couple of gnolls sitting at like a spit roasting something, like a leg of lamb or something they're roasting.
That'll work.
But they're doing gnoll things, doing camp stuff, doing regular old, like if you guys had a big camp, what you'd be doing, gathering firewood,
Alright.
5-finger fillet. So you guys, so you make your way back to the back of the tent.
Yeah. I said I wanted to sneak around and like try and peek in, but it's a tent, right?
It's a tent, but the back of it is up against a tree.
Well, like this side of it,
Sure.
I want to just make a little incision with my cleaver and take a peeky inside.
Okay, I'm gonna allow that to be part of this roll because it wouldn't take you much extra doing to do a quick cut. So you peek in, and all you see is Dwarf, like just big old dwarf side, big just dorsal dwarf.
I wave back at them and I go like this.
Again, Brice says he put his arms out and pretended to be a big fat man. with his arms. This is an audio medium.
I shake my head and like try and get my arms wider.
You thought it was a tent. It was actually just the side of his shirt you cut through.
Oh, I got the hiccups now.
Oh no.
So you do see Briar there. It's obvious it's Briar because what we said throughout, Arlo has said is described how fat he is. That's all you know about Briar. Excuse me.
Barlow.
Barlow.
My final form.
They have combined.
Yep. I really
Oh
got the hiccups.
no. DM has hiccups for going down.
This isn't even. Oh, bother. That's funny, Zenas. Dang it.
We have descended into madness.
Dang it. My voice is weary tonight. And all of me is weary. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
All right, so Arlo, seeing this indication, kind of figures what this is. I want to start making my way down that way as quietly as possible, just as close as I can without alerting anybody.
Stealth for me.
Okay.
Roll stealth.
Can I roll another stealth and try and cut open enough that I can get inside the tent?
Sure. I had to ask you to roll again. Do you see Arlo coming down this hill stealthy like?
I assume so. I assume he shot down there as
Maybe
soon
he
as I made
does.
the
Maybe he doesn't.
big man gesture.
I got a 17.
You also are successful. You take what you learned from. Waste those 20s, Brice. Be sure
I
to waste
do.
those
Every
20s.
time it's something stupid, I get a nat 20 on it.
Josh, Arlo, you do successfully. I will force you because you saw what Jack did. That will say that's what allowed you to be to sneak through as well. You just followed his path.
That'll work.
And
you're
the one
right
time I didn't whiff tonight, I did 5 damage.
Yeah, you're right there beside the tent. You're right there with Jack Law. So you guys could whisper back and forth if you wanted. Grim Burb knows he's not going to try to be stealthy. Burb he leans over to Grim and he says, points at his sword. He says, "Cause distraction if need, but Burb not fight."
That is a good plan, Burb, but I don't think we need that just yet.
Okay. Burb be here. Run back to town. Try to lead away.
Good thinking.
Okay.
Thank you. Come on, friend.
And so he just Burb just sits down there beside you, waiting politely while all this goes on. So you guys are together.
Cool. Wait, we're all at the back of the tent?
The two of you are.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to do that before Arlo arrived to come in the tent.
I was going to be quietly cutting it open. I'm sure he'd make it there before I was done.
Okay, so you've quietly cut a hole big enough for you and Arlo as well.
Just quietly, I'm just going to gesture for you to go in first.
Okay. I'll go in.
Alright, you go in. We'll say you do that stealthily. The tent is open in the front. So any loud conversation. God, these hiccups. Any loud conversation is going to be heard, but when you go in, the first thing you see is of your master Briar, but in a far less healthy state as you had once seen him. He seems to have been with these gnolls for a couple of days. He seems to have been badly beaten, badly treated, and he seems to have lost a little weight despite his largeness.
He seems to have.
He's just... I'm trying to paint the picture. They're not feeding him very much, but it's hard to paint whenever
That's how they join. Oh, Arlo, good joy.
Yeah. We're not talking about Barlow, the final transformation of Briar and Arlo.
Soon.
So he's tied against this tree. He's tied extremely tightly to this tree that the tent is butted up against.
Okay.
And he's laying his head back, and he doesn't. If he's awake, he's barely conscious because he's just been beaten. His face is bruised, and you got a swollen eye.
All right. I want to start cutting away the ropes. Can
Okay.
I talk to him, shake him on the shoulder, hey, Briar, Briar.
Arlo. Oh, you've entered into my dreams, it seems.
I want to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. Roll for that.
Right. Oh.
Not for it, but roll whatever you cast.
7. 7 of them heals.
Okay. He feels a little better. And he wakes up a little bit. He says, "Oh." He looks around and he looks at the guards and he says, "Oh,
All right.
is that really? Oh no, is that really you?"
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm here with some friends. This is my friend Jack. He's gonna help us get out of here.
I stepped into the tent right before he says that.
Oh, it is good to meet you. They've beaten me badly. Oh, I don't know if you're going to be able to pull me through this tent without alerting some of these gnolls. Although you may not remember, but I am not a small dwarf. I'm so large.
Yeah, I noticed.
I regret my largeness, Arlo.
I know.
I regret it.
I know. We're gonna get you that treadmill.
Food has been so good.
We're gonna get you some help when you get out of 12 steps and everything.
Okay.
But yeah.
I hope I can go 12 steps.
All right. Let's go ahead and get you out of here first.
How are you going to do it?
Arlo,
I'm just trying to untie him at this
Okay,
point.
so you got the ropes undone. He's like he pulls his arms up and he begins to like do the typical prisoner rubbing where the ropes were.
All right.
Arlo, do you have fog cloud at your disposal?
I do have a foggy cloud.
Ah, fog cloud. I remember when I taught you that spell, Arlo.
All right. I'm gonna cast a fog cloud.
I'm gonna cut a bigger hole in the side of the tent. And
You know what? Let's just burn the tent down at this point.
you cast fog cloud and get Briar out of here. Get him into the forest, or just at least away from the gnolls. I will deal with whoever comes into the tent.
Everybody hears that Jurassic Park like thudding.
Just the gnolls at the spit look at their like cup of water.
Yes, Goldblum somewhere's going. That's an impact trimmer right there.
You're
Fairly
gonna
alarmed
you're
here.
gonna have to roll some sort of stealth to get him out of there.
When I see the fog cloud, I'm gonna I look down at Burb and say, "I do believe it's time, Burb," and I run down there screaming.
Okay.
Bloody murder.
All right. Burb is gonna say, I run away if need. He's not gonna do it immediately.
Your safety is priority in this case.
Burb says,
You bet.
you've cut a big hole in the tent. We'll say that your stealth roll allowed you to cut a big hole in the tent. Who's that for?
That's for them to get out, and
Okay.
I'm going to attack whoever comes into the door they assume is the only entrance to this tent.
Can
Okay,
I want to just peek out the front of the tent real quick. Can I see past where they're like roasting the creature or whatever, the lamb or whatever on the spit?
You can see there and past it, but you are like right up a gnoll's butt right now.
Can I? It's a gnome thing. Can I cast minor illusion? I want to have the loud sound of an owlbear hoot, roaring, whatever it is, off in that direction.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Is it hoot or roar or what?
I don't know. It's probably hoot whores.
Oh no. All right, so that sound
Okay.
comes from that direction. What's that
They
do
just
for
see
us?
Grim standing there.
Right.
From
Yeah, because
It's like, oh.
Grim would be on that side. Have you cast the fog cloud yet?
As I'm
All right.
doing that, because I needed to be
So
able to
this
see.
plus fog cloud.
Yeah.
All right. So the order of events. There's this sound, a big hooting and a roaring. And what's interesting about the gnolls is that they hear it, but you can hear them say to themselves, "Ah, the pack must have found another owlbear to hunt. Hopefully it goes better than yesterday." And so they continue sitting there.
Good job. All right, so back to fog cloud.
Yeah. So the fog cloud, you do cast fog cloud.
Yeah.
What is that? You just like fog cloud.
It is just like it kind of emanates from the area.
And
where
how
I'm
big
at.
is it?
20-foot radius.
20 feet. So
Just big enough for Briar.
yeah, won't quite reach the spit roasters, and certainly the other two that are roaming around the camp. You don't really know exactly where they are right now. But the two in front of the camp, they each say,
What's going on here? Check the prisoner!
And as they shout that, the Spit Boys look over towards the tent and they say, "What's going on?" But before they can do that, they hear Grim running from the other direction. They turn to look at him. So at the current moment in time, there are 2 gnolls staring at Grim, and there are 2 gnolls turning to enter this tent that you guys are in with the fog cloud.
Can I get surprise attack since I'm stealthed in this foggy
You are
tent?
stealth, so yeah, sure, if you want to do that.
Sweet.
Well, the surprise is like they don't act in combat for their first round.
Right, so he can attack whenever his turn comes up, and they're not gonna.
No, it's like you roll initiative, and it's like if it's Jack, Gnoll, Arlo, and the 2 gnolls are surprised, Jack will go, and then Arlo
They'll
will
skip.
go,
Okay,
and then Jack
gotcha.
will go again.
All right, so we ought to roll
Okay.
initiative. But yes, those two are very surprised.
Okay.
I got 3.
7. High roller.
I got 14.
I'm gonna roll the 2 gnoll groups that we have right now as groups. I'm gonna roll like initiative for group
Group
gnoll
1, group 2.
for spit gnolls,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna roll initiative for tent gnolls, and I'm gonna roll initiative for ancillary gnolls.
Watch your language. This is a family program.
It is a family program.
I've tortured and murdered and
Yeah, I do have a
Wholesome
that's not
family
good.
entertainment.
Actually, that
beat
is good. for you.
children nearly to death. I did beat one to death, I think.
Good.
A
good.
kid?
No, well, the doppelgangers, they were like,
Oh yeah, they look like
Mm.
they're adolescents.
yeah,
All right, everybody, give me your initiative rolls if you don't mind.
Trace.
7.
Did anybody nat 20?
No.
Okay, cool.
I wish.
Can I say yes?
No, you cannot.
You can say yes. Won't be true, but you
Yeah.
can say it.
The beans have been spilled. All right, what's everybody else's roll now?
7.
14.
3, 7, 14. Oh boy. And again, one more time.
14.
14,
3.
7.
14, 3, and 7. So
I'm going last.
14. No, you're not.
Ooh.
14, 3, 7. And excuse me, sorry, I don't mean to be filling your ears with silence. If you're listening, I want to just make sure that that I've got my paper correct before we begin combat. Hopefully that I'm hoping that you're enjoying things so far. And here we go. The first turns come up to the tent gnolls, but they are surprised, so they are stunned. There's nothing they can do right now. Their turn, they do not get their turn. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool. And now it is the ancillary gnoll turns. So you can hear you can hear a couple of gnolls rushing toward. You can hear one gnoll rushing toward the tent, and another gnoll from the other side. Grim, you can see coming kind of from your right. So if you're looking directly across, you can see like the spit. You can see the tent they're at. To your right is the Treeant. So coming kind of from your right to meet you at your right is one gnoll, and he's going to get about 30 feet away from you with this turn. He's going to sprint up from 60 feet away. He's going to get real close to about 30 feet. And then the other gnoll is going to run to the front of the tent, and he is going to get right. He's going to jump right into that fog cloud and then start saying,
What's going on here? Where's this fog coming from?
and that ends their turn. Jack, it is your turn now, sir.
Alright, I'm gonna sneak attack one of the ones that was like an original like guard for the
sure.
tent. I'm gonna use my lucky thing that I got earlier.
Okay.
So 20 to hit.
All right. So you're going to hit him. We're going to say you're going for the one on the right.
Okay. He takes 9 damage and 5 if he moves.
Okay. Help me with that.
Okay.
If you can. So you said 9 damage?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I haven't been doing my sneak attack damage this whole time.
Oh,
You should do it.
Yeah.
So not 9.
No.
Dang, dude.
He'd got
21.
yeah, 21 damage.
Ooh, that's rough for him.
Plus 5 if he moves.
Yeah, so yeah, he's gonna die because what you did to him would necessitate movement because he would fall down after going all the way down to 1 hit point. Yeah, I'm just gonna say you killed this guy. Like you fought like I'm picturing Booming Blades if he moves at all. Like it's not if he moves.
I think it's like if he moves away from where he's standing. Like if his feet leave the position he is currently in.
Okay, so where are you going for on his body with this one?
Like going completely like horizontal chop, like
To the
straight
belly?
into it. No, I imagine he ran into the tent and I was
Yeah.
kind of up towards the front, so it's like right into his like lower back.
Ooh. Okay, so yeah, as he runs past you, we'll say he does, and then you slam that cleaver into his back, and you feel it go through bone. It's not cool what you just did to this guy. And then again, you pull the knife out, and blood squirts out his back, and he drops to a knee and just lets out a shriek.
Arlo, you get Briar to safety. Grim and I can take care of this.
Sounds good.
Okay.
And in fog, I also can't see, but they can't see either. So there's
it's equal.
yeah, but I do get sneak attack damage because he was in close proximity to me.
Sounds good.
How's Briar doing? Is he in shuffling shape?
He can shuffle. He doesn't like he's gonna be able to attack. In fact, he says, "Arlo, I don't know if there's much I can do to help, but I can at least walk."
That's good enough. Come on.
Okay. So he stands up with you. It is your turn, Arlo.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna try to help him shuffle out the door.
Okay, so you want to shuffle out the door out of the giant hole that Jack just cut you in the side.
We'll take the giant hole.
Okay, so you guys go out the hole left or right side of the tent. I've been picturing the left side of the tent this whole time. Whenever you went into it,
When you're facing the tent, is the left side?
if you're facing out, if you're facing out of the tent.
Okay,
The
so
left
I was
wall.
picturing the right side because I was picturing like this is the tent and it's like kind of like this is the whole thing,
Sure.
and I snuck around this way, cut a hole in the side. This is the front of the tent, cut a hole in the side.
Right side doesn't. Yeah,
Extract
just
it.
doesn't matter at all. So are you going towards the rock wall, or
I thought the back of the tent was the rock wall.
the back of the tent was a tree, but it could also be the rock wall.
He's going wherever it
You
works.
guys, yeah, it doesn't matter
The
because you guys
exit sign is on.
Yeah.
We're going that way.
You guys are going right now. You're leaving the tent and going deeper into the forest.
Yeah.
If you go completely straight,
That is the
you
plan.
will have to pass through some gnoll camp. 30 feet
Okay.
is not going to get you. If you're dashing 60 feet, we'll say if you want to dash, and we'll just attach Briar to you as sort of like he won't get his own order. He'll be like an attachment to you, kind of like you're
Piggyback.
carrying him or something.
Okay.
So do you want to dash or do you want to just take 30 or whatever your movement speed is?
I don't think I can dash with this big guy, can I?
Well, you're not carrying him. I'll just imagine it's instead of you saying like we're going to go 30 feet, just come on, Brian, let's go, and you can push him farther, but you won't be able to take an action.
Okay. I will. I'll take the extra movement then.
All right, so yeah, you guys will dash 60. What's your movement speed?
25.
All right, you'll dash 50 feet. You are still you're probably halfway through this edge of the camp, and you can see the crest of the hill beyond you. You can see freedom, but you're not there yet, and you got a ways to go.
That'll work.
Carry him as a giant frogophant.
Well, that would be weird.
Okay, Grimly, it is your turn, sir. I call you that every time, and I shouldn't do that. Your name's
Grimace.
Grim.
I can heal. I can heal myself. No, I'm going to just activate my necrotic shroud,
Okay.
and I'm going to. Is the dog on my right? Is he like coming toward me?
Yeah, he's after you.
Okay. I'm gonna like just transform and kind of look at him and be like, just like put my hands up like fisticuffs, and I'm
Okay.
gonna bounce back and forth. I'm like, come on, snake, let's rattle.
Okay. So necrotic shroud, Zenas or Grim's skin goes pale. His veins turn like blackish and can be somewhat visible through his almost translucent skin.
My
His-
eyes become black pools, and I sprout skeletal wings.
Yeah, scary stuff. So
Honestly,
what do I
the
roll?
most frightening part was the comment.
Yeah, that was rough.
Made them stop in their tracks.
What do I roll
Straight
again
out
to
of
be
Street
afraid?
Fighter.
He's got to be within 10 feet.
Okay, he's not within. You don't have anybody within 10 feet right now. All the gnolls do go.
What in the devil?
I don't say anything. I'm just waiting.
Okay. So now it is the time for the gnolls who they are at the spit. They are going to stand up, and each of them are going to pull the bows that they have near them. They're going to stand and put their backs to the tent that they're all supposed to be guarding, and they're each going to loose an arrow at you. Cool.
Yep.
A 21.
That'll hit.
Oh boy. 22.
That'll hit.
Yikes. I got an 18 and a 19 in a row. That's not good. But damage
I
won't
can
be.
take it.
Damage won't be.
I see you just standing there, like not even moving when you get hit.
I'm still just bouncing
You
along.
do take 13 damage. You take 2 arrows to the torso region. So the 2 arrows fly in. These boys maybe haven't seen action today, so they're ready to get at you with the bows.
He's still bouncing with that
yeah.
Mortal Kombat stance.
Yes, but you do take the 2 arrows. You take kind of one in the lower abdomen and then one in the leg, we'll say.
Okay.
They're aiming for the balls. That's not true.
Good, wholesome
So
entertainment.
now
right
it's
there.
it's the turn of the gnolls that are in the tent. Brice, the gnoll that Jack just sliced in the back, he is going to try to stand and move toward where the slice came from. He's going to take that extra damage and he's going to die.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. Yeah.
I was trying to. I didn't realize that guy was still alive. I was still thinking he was dead.
Yeah, sorry. Booming Blade. I just decided that since it was movement from his specific area, we're going to call it that he didn't die. So he was alive, but on his knee, he stood up and tried to lumber towards where the knife came from.
1 health, still trying to go for the
Yeah,
attack.
and he had his hand on his spear, and he just let out a. I don't know what a booming blade is.
It's like his body is racked with like thunder damage.
Oh god.
It's like the blade was charged, and like as soon as he moves, it like grounds him, and
Oh boy.
it just
Yeah,
explodes
so
through him.
all this thunder
That's a
damage.
pretty cool visual, though.
You can hear the crackling of his bones as he falls to the ground dead. This is frightening to the. Well, no, the other gnoll doesn't see it because it's in fog. So this gnoll is going to take his spear and just hold it like a baseball bat and swing wildly in this tent, trying to get at you.
Right.
And he says,
What have you done, you fat dwarf?
and he swings his spear, and he's going to have disadvantage on you.
Should I make like a save for that, or
No, attack roll.
Okay.
Because the only reason we do equal because your stealth and you have stealth or whatever, like they have disadvantage, you have advantage or something, or is that would be the same here?
We're equal right now?
But you can't.
Yeah, when he was stealth, he had advantage.
Right, and they couldn't see. This one doesn't have stealth, so he just has disadvantage
Yeah.
because he can't see you. I knew it was right in my head. So he does not hit you, I don't guess. Would a 8 plus, would a 12 hit you? All right, so he swings that spear wildly, and you can hear the slicing of canvas in the hides as he swings his spear. And you can see at one point the top of the tent open up a little bit. You can see more daylight as it shines in and reflects off the fog.
Did he hit any of the other gnolls in there with us?
I'm gonna say no. He didn't feel that hard. He can kind of hear them nearby.
Okay.
I feel like I painted a picture of wildly swinging, but not so wildly that it was a natural one. If it was a natural one, yeah, he's slicing people open.
Okay.
Now it's some more gnolls' turn. So that the other gnoll that's in the tent with you, he's also going to swing wildly. They're both swinging wildly, but they have disadvantage.
It's a weird visual. Just
Yeah. Well, they're like stabbing and swinging and whatever they can try to get. They don't know what's going on here. They can't see jack crap.
they can't see Jack.
Yeah.
Little
14.
do they know.
So 14. Will that hit?
Huh? No.
Okay, so he also misses, and they're both shouting like,
Where are you, you invisible demon?
Can I shout?
"Yeah,
You can't
No,
see
wait,
Jack.
never mind. I don't want to do that yet.
okay."
Okay. Just
Well,
continue.
you wouldn't be stealth anymore, I guess.
Huh? No, I'm not stealth right now, but they still can't see me.
Right. True. Cool. That will end their turn.
So this is kind of like the thing on Sherlock Holmes where the guy's in the room
Yeah.
kind of monologuing and he's taking the handcuffs off and is just sitting over there in the corner just listening to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the gnoll that is to the right of Grim is going to sprint in and try to bite him.
Ow.
Dang, dude, that's not good for you. That's a 21 to bite, dude.
You don't hit.
Huh?
Yeah, he hits.
Just 2 damage for that one, though.
Did you roll?
Yeah, just a little baby bite. He
So it's a
don't
little nibble.
bite quite as hard as the owl bear. So he does bite you, but he just gets you in an arm, and so he bites your little black blooded veins, and the black blood, I guess, oozes out. Begins to coat your hand as it falls to your side.
How does that taste? I will admit to a healthy curiosity.
You took 2 arrows to the body and a bite. I appreciate your spirit. Jack, it's your
Use
turn.
motor
Sir.
oil and possum farts.
Jack, it is your turn, sir.
Okay,
We have a dead gnoll I need to mark down.
I'm jaunty on back to like the back of the tent,
Okay,
and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, I'm back here." So they gotta run towards
nice.
that area. I hope.
Do we skip mine, or am I farther down?
You're 1 down.
Okay.
But then I'm going to use my bonus action to hide,
Okay,
and I'll move forward towards him, just so he heard me from over there.
he's gonna.
But
pass.
now I'm gonna quietly move towards him.
Okay,
How
Roll
close
stealth?
is he? Huh?
roll stealth for me.
Oh yeah. With advantage.
I guess so. Yeah, because the fog.
Yeah. 16.
That'll do it.
All right. How close is he to the other gnoll?
They're real tight together.
All right. Boop.
You'd be like turning sideways to get between them if you're going between them.
Yeah. All right. Then I'm just gonna go for a regular booming blade slash,
Okay.
like right across his chest.
Yeah, because all you did was speak so far
Yeah.
and do the bonus action of hide, which is really cool. But you got to roll to hit him, right?
Huh?
Got to roll to hit him.
Did I not already?
I don't think you did. You
No.
rolled. That was your stealth roll. That'll do it.
Okay.
I can see from here that you're 17 plus whatever. We'll do it.
Can I take the 6 it landed on?
I'm
roll
gonna have to ask you to roll damage again. I'm sorry. So it was an 8. Good job.
Excuse me. Alright, so he takes 12 damage, and if he moves, he takes another 7.
Okay. All right. If he moves, he takes another 7. We'll say you went for the gnoll on the right again, out of the ones that were left. So there's a body in the floor. You step over it. You go past him, and you want to hit him in the back again.
No. I imagine whenever I called from the back, they started heading towards there.
Yeah.
So I went straight up in front of him and slashed him across the chest.
Nice. Snash across the chest. His chest opens up, blood again everywhere. Your cleaver is now black with the blood of gnolls, or dark crimson with the blood of gnolls, and it's really just dripping at this point. The blood is seeped down from the blade and now passes between your fingers as you regrip it to move it around. And his chest opens up and he says,
Ah! We have been infiltrated by some sort of invisible demon. We must get that dwarf back.
Well, I don't have any response to that.
"Okay, Arlo, your turn."
Okay. Oh.
Jack's not very articulate.
How far am I away from everybody?
You're 30 feet away from the tent, and probably there's a big giant treeant between you and Grim and his stuff.
Okay. So I'm 30 feet away from where he is. You're a little farther away.
You're probably 60 feet from him as the crow flies, but there's a big tree thing in between you.
Okay. So
You're going to
60
need to make
feet,
at
30
least
feet.
2 trips to get all of Briar out of there.
That's what I'm thinking. So 30 feet, 60 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to use
As the crow flies.
pass without trace.
Okay, on you.
Oh, let me educate everybody. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a plus 10 bonus to Dex, Stealth saving throws or checks, and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature receives this bonus leaves behind no trace other traces of its passage. Lasts for an hour.
Cool.
Sweet. So if he's 30 feet away, he gets that bonus too.
Cool.
And we're just going to continue on. I guess I'll get 25 feet on this one.
And you cast that spell applies to Briar as well, if he's right there.
Yep, companions.
I'm gonna say if you want to stealth at this point, we're making fun of how big Briar is, but he's just a fat dwarf. Like
Yeah.
he's not like actually 2 miles wide. I mean, fat people can hide too. Take it from me.
You're hiding right now.
I'm hiding, baby. You can't see me, podcast listener.
Or can they?
So yeah, that applies to him. So if you guys want to roll stealth, you're perfectly able to do that as you've gotten away.
Okay. So I'm rolling stealth to 19.
Cool.
So, with advantage though. So it's a
yeah,
plus 10.
it's a
so,
plus 10.
Yeah, we're good.
So instead of 19, you got actually a 26 or something.
20 plus 10. So
We're
29.
actually nerfing how much fog cloud should help me.
Are we?
It's not complete cover. It's like light view obstruction.
Yeah, it's
Which
fog.
just in so many words, it states that I should be able to hide in that, but I don't think it imposes any disadvantages on anybody. Actually,
I don't know. I haven't
I
looked it
don't
up.
know. It's something for another time.
Yeah, it seems like it would to me,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like got a white sheet of paper in front of your face kind of cloud. It's just fog. So.
but it still seems like a heavy fog would make it
We'll
hard.
figure it out.
Yeah.
So you have a
Turn.
plus 10 to stealth checks,
Okay, cool.
and you cannot be tracked or seen. You are enveloped in shadowy whatever's.
Josh,
Sweet.
I'm or plus 10 bonus to stealth checks. So yeah, also your good thing you cast that on Briar as well because
Hey.
he's successfully as well. I know he's attached to you, but I did want to as well roll for stealth because he is a fat man.
Yep.
But he is successful at his stealth check. So you guys both pass behind some cover, behind a few tents, and you make your way another. Since you cast that, another 30 feet.
Sweet.
So you are right now stealth and unable to be seen.
Waving at people.
Burb as
Some
well
of them
is on the hill, and he is watching all of this take place. He doesn't see any sign that anyone is in complete danger. He's seen Grim take some hits before. He's seen that. He's okay with that. But he sees everybody else. He sees Briar and Arlo safely going, and he
or does he?
as he watched you guys leave the tent, Briar and Arlo, he was overcome with a little bit of emotion that he knows how much you cared about him, and he goes under his breath,
Come on, friend.
and so now that was Arlo's turn. Grim, it's your turn, sir.
I'm going to heal myself for 6 points of health
Okay,
as
take
a bonus action with.
As you've done before, you press your hand against your no.
No, this one's healing word.
Okay, so you speak a word. What's your word?
Restored. I guess we'll go. with
Restored. So you speak the word, and then the two arrows that were stuck in you. The two arrows that were stuck in you, like, pop out of your body.
And I'm going to also cast inflict wounds.
Do they fly out with
Nice.
force? Do they actually impact anybody?
No, I can't.
Upon
Only
upon
6
this,
points.
This
Yeah.
man.
Okay, so you reach over to cast inflict wounds upon the little boy.
Would you add your necrotic damage to that since it's a...
Not from my unarmed strike, but from my necrotic shroud. Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Because, I mean, it is
Will a
a...
19 hit?
It will do it.
It is a what?
It is like an attack spell, like a...
It's a touch, yeah, melee attack.
Yeah.
So Zenas, I will say, Grim, as the gnoll bites your right arm, you yank that arm away from his mouth as you ask him how it tastes.
I'm gonna go for chin.
Okay, you say restore, and that left hand comes up, and you grab the chin of the gnoll and inflict wounds, which I've described in gross detail before in our original campaign that was not on the air. So I hope you kill him.
He's gonna take 19 damage.
That won't quite do it. Darn.
Is he still feeling fine?
No, probably not.
He is not feeling froggy. He almost shrivels up in your hand. Like, he is now thin. He begins to experience lacerations and contusions appear on his body. Blood begins to shoot out of these wounds a little bit, and he starts to bleed all over, and his face becomes his fur begins to fall out, and it looks like he's got the mange as you grab his chin and inflict wounds upon him. But now it is...
When Bart did that goblin and his ancestors died.
Well, his ancestors would already be dead, wouldn't
No,
they?
it like went back in time and killed them or something like that.
Killed him sooner.
That was a long time ago in a different campaign. So these other two gnomes,
Those were the
one
days.
is going to stay by the spit, and he is going to shoot another arrow at you. Dude,
Disadvantage because you're so close.
he's not super close to the
It's
spit.
the other guy.
Oh.
He's probably 30 feet away from the spit at this point. 30,
You might want to run
between
towards the
30
spit.
and 20.
There's
he-
another one in front of me.
Dude, he hits you again with another arrow with like a 22.
Okay, roll damage.
Brother, bear, I'm so sorry. Do you want help? You can't ask that. A 7 damage from the arrow, so he negates your healing a little bit. Then the other one is going to run up as well with a spear, and he's going to try to jam it in ya. He rolls an unnatural 20. Oh boy, these dice are hot tonight. Do
You're
not.
also just like dropping them on the paper.
They're rolling.
That one rolled. That one did not. That one was a drop. It moved an inch.
Yeah, but I'm not like looking at it and waiting for it to drop. I pick it up and I drop it on the paper. That's how you use a dice.
I'm really not concerned.
Let's see.
If Grim dies, I got like 10 characters on back order. Here we go.
1d6, so 4 damage from the spear. So he puts the spear in your leg as he runs up. So you now have 2 gnolls within 5 feet and 1 at a spit. Now I'm suspicious Zenas is trying to get himself killed.
Grim gets killed off and a short Italian plumber shows up.
Yeah, Mario. So now we are going to go to the.
No, it'd be a green. There's a frog creature. I'd have to do Kermit next.
So the gnome in the tent that you just sliced in his chest, he is going to turn to try to find you and step towards you. When he does, his bones begin to shatter. He takes 7 damage, and now he like drops to a knee, and he doesn't have a whole lot of go left in him, but he does have enough to stand up and try to stab at you again with his spear.
He doesn't have disadvantage.
Okay, he doesn't. You learned that?
Huh?
You learned that with the fog?
It's just that we would all have it, so it just negates it for everybody.
No, he would have disadvantage to hit you. But if it's dexterity, it would still be disadvantage.
Yeah, he has disadvantage to hit you because you're not actively. Whenever I'm attack rolling on you, there's nothing active on your part.
Okay.
The reason that it's equal for you because you're always stealthed in the fog.
Okay.
So you're up and they're down just meets at the middle.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's where I'm playing it. Folks at home, if you don't like it, let us know. But he only rolls a 5, disadvantage or not. I mean, nope, he crit fails on that one. So he's on a knee and he tries to like stab up at you and he just can't do it. He flops to the ground on top of the body of his dead companion. He's not dead, but he just like gives out under the weight of that booming blade a little bit, and he's still breathing, but he's just prone. Now the other gnoll in the tent, he's staying in there, and he says, "Where?" Actually, he runs out of the tent. He says, "Where's he cannot find the dwarf in here, and he wants to get out of this tent and stop the death that's happening inside."
Will that opportunity attack?
Yep, you would have an opportunity attack.
Okay.
So he sprints out and he says, "I must find the dwarf. They can't come back with us. We don't have the dwarf." Yep. That'll do it.
It's actually going to be a sneak attack as well.
Oh boy.
Because I'm stealthed and he's more than 5 feet away from his friend.
You're very stealthed.
Well, yeah. I guess he wouldn't be at the time of your attack because that other
That guy
guy's
moved
down.
forward and he's moving out. And
Yeah.
I attack
guess
as
so.
he's moving out. So
Yeah,
he's
we'll
like
we'll
3
give you
feet
the sneak
tall.
attack.
Just muscle.
I find it hard not to give you sneak attack in a cloud of fog.
fair enough. So he takes 8 damage. Is it?
Okay. Takes 8 damage.
Oh, and you
Yeah.
know, I can't do Booming Blade because that's a cantrip.
Right. Okay. So he takes 8 damage, and you slice him in the leg on the way out, we'll say, and he says, Where's the dwarf? And he takes he does notice the hole in the side of the tent, and he goes like running.
Dookie.
He goes running straight in the direction of where that hole would lead. So
This man had 1 health and he still fought on. He just runs off with full health.
well, he's running for the gnome or the dwarf that has left. So he is sprinting. Josh, he is sprinting in your direction at this point, but he only makes it about 20 feet because he doesn't have a whole lot of movement left.
Or leg.
Actually, he is going to dash, so he makes it like 40 feet in your direction, which is worthless to him, but he doesn't know that. And then Jack, it's your turn.
Wait.
Wait, no, it's not yet, because it is the old shriveled up gnoll that Grim just tried to attack. He's going to try to bite at you again, Grim. Yeah, his mouth is like slap jawed at this point, but he's going to try to bite you. Roll a 22 to bite you. And that one rolled. That one like flipped all over the place. Oh, these dice are hot, boys. These dice are real hot. But
Doesn't
this
he
is
have disadvantage for not having a lower jaw?
no, it's still there. And you take 4 damage.
I
from
would have
that bite.
rotted the muscle though. Yeah.
Let me see.
So
Oh,
that
yeah.
his Kermit character comes back
Yeah.
as like a barbarian.
Buff Kermit.
Kermit the Frog barbarian.
I like it. Zenas, you do take 4 damage on Grim. You take 4 damage on that one. Jack, it's your turn, sir. And the gnoll says,
You don't look so good.
as he looks horrible.
The prone fellow there, I'm gonna chop him.
Okay, roll that. Speaking of Grim, how are you looking health-wise? You don't have
Actually-
to tell me the number, but how do you look?
Nope.
What? No.
Nope. You'll have to find out.
No, that's not how this works. You just...
I have 7 health.
No, I don't care about that. I just want to know how you look. How are you reacting to the damage being taken? And that's fine. I mean... Okay.
I mean, I've been bitten. I'm bleeding and haggard.
Okay. That's all I'm asking. What's up?
I'm actually not gonna attack the guy on the ground. I'm gonna run out after the dude who ran off, and I'm gonna
Okay.
use my bonus action to dash.
All right, so you dash. We'll say you dash through the hole in the side of the tent,
Yeah.
and then you sprint after him, and you do overtake him. Do you want to go past him
No.
and get on the other side?
17 to hit.
17 will hit him.
Okay, since he's by himself, right?
Yeah, he's all by himself.
Okay, with my 3rd level becoming a swashbuckler, I got a new way to use sneak attack. If they're by themselves and they don't have a friend within 5 feet of them, it counts as a sneak attack.
Oh boy.
As
yeah,
long
that's
as
what
I'm
you
not at
mentioned.
disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 11 damage to start.
To start.
And if he decides to keep moving, he'll take another 3.
Okay, so this gnoll as well is not feeling good. Like you slice him. Where are you slicing this gnoll?
I guess I'm like running up behind him, so I'm going for like shoulder to hip back
Okay.
slash.
So you slash all the way across him, and he like spins around to that point, and like to look at you as he stumbles, and he says,
I just have to find the dwarf.
and he's not dead, but he's hurt. Arlo, go turn.
I'm just putting it all into movement.
All right, so yeah, you guys another 60 feet. You are heading on out of there. You and your little tiny legs and the gnome leg, just Mr. Krabs, and I like that in the just. Are you heading back towards Burb or?
I guess we're heading off in that direction. We're just trying to get out. So
Okay,
closest, easiest access out.
Okay,
I think it's just been a straight line out.
yeah, it has
Yeah.
been. You guys have crested that hill, and you're now out of the camp. You are right on the edge of the camp and going into the forest.
It's a little bit chilly in here.
It is getting chilly.
Getting there.
Normally it's 100,000 degrees, so I'm really glad that it's chilly. Grim, it is your turn, sir. How do you respond to all this damage?
I'm gonna heal myself for 6 points,
All right, another 6.
and I'm just gonna go ahead and kill the man in front of me. Try to at least.
Don't you get some kind of bonus to your healing whenever you're
Nope.
low on health?
I can roll maximum to heal a creature with 0 HP.
Oh,
I'm not that bad yet.
All right, the
missed it
to be
by that
clear, the
much.
one directly in front of you would be the healthy one that just sprinted at you with the spear. The one to the right is the one that's looking rough.
What?
Because you're looking directly at the spit, I imagine.
I wouldn't attack to my right. I would face the.
Okay.
I'm facing the guy with the rotten face.
All right, so yeah, okay.
That is a nat 20.
All right.
Hey.
Oh boy, I wish you would have rolled that on the healthy one, but this guy will surely die.
People just kind of forgot about him.
Even
that's
memories
a,
of him died.
That's a 17 plus.
That'll do it.
24 damage.
24 damage. Where are you grabbing him?
I'm gonna.
Oh, wait, what are we doing? What are you
Punching,
rolling?
punching
Okay,
him.
punching.
Just right
I'm
in the
gonna rip his
sternum.
jaw off.
Okay, so you grab him by his jaw, and his jaw shrivels up, and as you grab, you actually get some fingers on a tongue, and when you yank it out, like you rip out his tongue and part of his spine and a lot of stuff that comes out because all that necrotic damage just rots off all that crap in there, and you just rip his jaw off, and he flops, and his top teeth bite into the dirt as he hits the ground.
Cool.
What else?
That's it.
Anything? Okay, Graham.
What? That's not enough. What else?
No, I'm just asking. All right, so
Next level, I can do that twice per turn.
There you go.
So
well, you
the-
got 2 hands. Why
the
not?
gnoll at the spit is going to turn and sprint towards the gnoll that Brice just sliced in the back. And he's going to use his dash action to get right up on Jack Law. So now there's a gnoll right behind you as you slice this fella.
Okay.
And then Grim, the other gnoll, is going to use... He just saw you melt his... or rip the jaw off of his buddy there. So roll intimidation for me. We'll see if he's intimidated by this.
That's a 3.
He is not intimidated. He has seen worse in the forest hunting with his friends. So he girds himself and he does roll again. He doesn't hit you. He does not hit you with the spear. So even still, he's looking at the disgusting thing on the ground. He just jabs the spear at you, and you're able to dodge out of the way or hit it out of the way or whatever it is you want to do. Any choice between?
I guess dodge.
Okay, you dodge out of the way, and the spear passes by your head. And that will return us to the gnoll that now layeth in the tent. See, he doesn't have booming blade attached. He's gonna lay there. He doesn't want to die. He does reach for his spear, and he like barely sits up, and that's gonna be his turn. He doesn't have a whole lot of go left in him, but he does stand up at this point. He's ready to go for the next one.
Does Booming Blade just last for indefinitely, or?
Till I think it's like 10 minutes or something like that. Or
Oh, it lasts for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's going to take 7 damage every time he moves.
No, it lasts
It's
it
charged
lasts
for
until
that
he
long.
moves.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry. And then Knoll number...
It might just be forever until he moves. I don't know.
Yeah. The Knoll that you just sliced in the back is going to turn around, and he's going to try to jam you with his spear, and he says,
Just let me find the dwarf.
Actually, it could just be around, but everything always moves
21 for the hit.
to hit me.
Yes. For the
Which
hit
one's
you.
doing that?
The one that you just chopped, the one that was looking pretty rough after you chopped him in the back.
Okay.
He's going to try to hit you with the spear. Is there any reason he has disadvantage?
I should have stepped back from him so he had to move. But I didn't.
Because he had booming blade on him.
Yeah. But he has to move out of his current
He
position.
didn't do that. He didn't do that. So we're going to do a d6er. 4 damage to you with a spear.
Mm,
So you take your first... Is this your first hit ever?
this today.
Okay. So he stabs you with the spear, and is now...
No.
No, not... Yeah, it's your turn.
No.
It's your turn.
It's the ones that dashed up behind me, isn't it?
Oh, no, it's not his turn yet.
Okay.
Have you not been stealthing?
Huh?
Have you not been stealth? You have a +10 to stealth.
Well, you can't.
I can't hide in
of
in nowhere.
With a +10, you might.
That's true.
Because it says you're like cloaked in shadow and stuff like that. So
There's not a whole lot of hiding you can do when they both have eyes on you.
Yeah,
that's true.
it's
Because you haven't really left combat since then.
the cloaked in shadow thing isn't really a mechanical thing. That's just a kind of you can picture it. I mean, you can still see a big blob of dark shadow walking around in midday. In the tent, it was quite helpful. But I'm going to disengage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna just try and get around the one that came behind me.
Yeah.
Just kind of like spin around on him.
Okay.
And I'm going to
And that's a bonus action for you.
yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm going to booming blade him.
Alright,
Hopefully,
booming blade him.
Boom.
21.
21, that'll definitely hit.
No, I don't have sneak attack on him. So just 8, and if he moves, 4.
Okay. Cool. Arlo, it is your turn.
I'm still just trying to get.
You're
out of
sprinting. You're out of combat, dude.
it. Okay.
Unless this fella catches up with you, which he's not because he's at Jack. Yeah, you're out of combat.
And if he tries to move towards you, he dies.
Yeah.
Have we reached it back to Burb?
If that's where you're headed, we'll say that's where you're headed as we're finishing up combat. Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are making your way back to Burb. Grim, your turn, sir.
I'm a roll.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Getting back to Burb, I just want to give the 2 health potions that I made when we stopped to paint the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
I want to give those to Briar.
Okay, cool.
Briar, you stay here with my friend. This is Burb. Burb's a good friend, okay?
Burb grabs Briar like by the arm and he says, "Come on, friend," and he goes to like walking back towards like more safety because you're kind of within eyesight of the camp at this point.
Burb,
show
you make sure he's safe. I got to go back and help our friends.
Okay, Burb says he points to it. He slaps his sword and says, "Safe."
And
turns around and everyone's
if I've made it there, can I do the wild shape?
Sure. Yeah, we'll say you wild shape, and that'll be the end of your turn now.
So I can't move anymore?
No more movement for now because it took you a while to get back around.
Well, then I'll wait for next time to wild
Okay.
shape. Then.
Grimly.
I'm a roll to hit this man.
All right, punch, spell,
Yeah, no, I'm not a spell.
Okay.
I'm on punching.
punch a Rooney.
Yes, punch.
That's a good old 13.
That will sadly not do it. You punch him in some armor and it doesn't quite eat through. Where you want to punch him at?
It don't matter.
Well,
It misses, so
Yeah,
I miss.
You punch him in the chest, but his armor absorbs a lot of that portion. The gnoll that Brice just sliced up, because there was one in front of you and one behind you, and you went behind the one behind you, and you sliced him up. He is going to try to turn around and give you a big old nasty bite in the face. 14.
No.
That will not hit, so he tries to bite you and you're able to swat away his face.
Face swap.
And then
You ain't no skeeter.
the gnoll
Get away.
beside Grim is also the gnoll in front of Grim that he just tried to hit. After he got punched in the chest, he's gonna like lunge forward and try to bite you, Grim.
Hit bud.
Not gonna hit you on that one. You were able to push his face down as well as he bites at you.
Cool.
Staying alive. Oh ho ho ho, staying alive. So the gnome that is in the tent.
I like
is-
seeing that as like go under the chin and like snap his jaw shut, just like
Yeah.
push it back close.
We can say that happened. The gnoll in the tent is going to stand up and lumber with his 30 feet towards. He doesn't have enough energy to dash. He's going to lumber towards Jack Law and kind of get as close to behind you as he can.
I wish I could just throw a dagger as a free action.
Yeah,
He's so dead.
Yeah, but he does get to the edge of the fog, which is probably 10 feet-ish or whatever away from you, and he like pulls out his bow and knocks an arrow. He's going to try to fire it at you. He not gonna hit. He rolled a 4, and whatever I add to that, if possible, ain't gonna do it. So that arrow just flies past you and into the forest.
Okay.
Oh no! And it's all right. Yeah, that is going to be no. There's the gnoll directly in front of the gnoll that you just sliced is going to move right beside. Now they're just like foaming at the mouth. They want to kill you. And so he is going to lunge at you and try to bite you as well. He is going to hit you with that one. That's like a 22.
The booming blade one?
Who's booming bladed?
The one that I sliced.
Not that one. Not the one you just sliced, but the one that was directly ahead.
I hit him with booming blade as well.
I think he already took that booming blade, didn't he? Or did he not?
Because remember, you said he tried to slash at me and he didn't activate booming blade because he didn't move out of that position.
That's correct. Then instead of moving to beside this one, you actually hear the thunder and cracking inside of his body and his bone shatter, and he falls to the ground dead. Unless it was less than 3 damage that your booming blade
It was
doing.
exactly 3 damage.
Oh, well, he exactly dies. He goes to step towards you and then and he flops to the ground.
Change?
And
No, keep
so-
the change.
Now there's a gnoll in front of you and a gnoll behind you shooting at you with a bow.
Okay.
Jack, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to attack the one in front of me with booming blade again.
Okay.
I miss. Wait, maybe not. 6 plus 7, 13.
You miss.
I
Sorry.
miss.
So you attack the one in front of you and you do actually miss him and he laughs at you.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to dodge.
Okay. Go into dodge mode. Very cool. I like it. Arlo, your turn, sir.
How far is everybody away from me?
You could probably get to Grim and help him out. He is the closest person to you, but within about 30 feet.
30 feet? Okay. All right. Then I'm going with the direwolf.
There is a single gnoll right in front of him, doing him dirty.
All right. I'm going with the direwolf.
Oh, you got 40 feet as a direwolf, don't you?
50.
50. Ooh,
Yep.
Jesus.
With a little bit of dessert on top.
And I'm just going to rush past and see if I can go in with a bite.
All right, bite at him.
Crit fail.
Yeah, so you don't bite. You come squealing past him and actually end up 10 feet beyond this.
You're in the fire.
Yeah, this. No, you're not.
You're
You
now
end
on
up
the
on
spit.
on the spit. No, you end up sliding past and you just go beyond this fella.
Okay. So
You're
if
right
I
behind him.
move 10 feet past him, I'm going to move the other couple of feet to get like right behind him.
Okay, you got it.
So I'm right behind him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Grim, your turn,
I'm
sir.
gonna try to punch him.
Punch him good.
I got a 23.
That'll do it.
But you have advantage. You want to see if you crit?
I don't have advantage.
You have
Yeah.
advantage.
No.
No, you have
have
advantage
advantage.
because I'm within 5 feet. So you should
Oh, I
technically
thought it
roll
ran for
again
you.
for your attack.
Ooh.
Yeah, because your party member was in
We
5
try.
feet.
9.
I'm glad, so we don't have to go back.
It wouldn't work. We're good.
12 damage.
12 damage.
Sweet.
We haven't hit this one yet.
I'm gonna punch him in his abs.
Okay. You hit him right in his gut, and after that first punch to his armor, the second one eats right through his armor, and you punch him right in his tummy, and he goes.
Good old rock fist.
Coughs up blood.
Like
Like old rotten blood.
it is now the gnome in front of Arlo's turn.
Yeah, you've been
He
saying
is-
gnome this whole time.
No. I say gnome first, and then I make it the gnoll. So now, the gnoll in front of him. That
I said
is
the
half
same thing
on-
earlier.
Half on something. 11. Then a natural 20. So a good thing you have dodge. So he. What's your AC?
Yeah, I thought you said the gnoll in front of Arlo.
Yeah, you did.
The gnoll in front of. Yeah, the gnoll in front of Jack. Too many gnolls, too many players. All three of you.
Let's not forget the gnome.
Yeah, exactly. So Jack has dodge. The gnoll in front of Jack was trying to attack Jack. You have dodge, so you're able to. He jabs you with his spear, and you dodge him real good and quick, like.
Queef.
And he wheefs. Then the gnoll in front of Grim is going to turn around to Arlo as a wolf and say, why? And start to stab you with the spear. He doesn't have time for any wolves around. 14.
No, sir.
Okay, 14 is also not going to hit, so he accidentally stabs the ground beside you. as
Actually,
you-
yes, it just hits.
okay, never mind. He's going to stab
It
the
just
body
hits.
of you.
And into the ground.
5 damage you will take from the spear.
I'm good with that.
He still stabs the ground. You're just between him and it.
And so that ends their turn. The gnoll with the bow and arrow behind Jack is going to take another shot with his bow. With disadvantage.
Dodge has been used up at this point, right?
No, every attack that is attacked against you
That's
in a turn with dodge.
Dodge still in effect after it's been used once, or
Dodge is in effect until your next turn.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And he, again, you dodge the spear, and in doing so, you kind of spin move around to see the gnoll with his bow, and he looses an arrow, and you Matrix style dodge that one. And so then it is your turn, Jack.
Jack attack.
He's by himself again, so I get
Yeah.
sneak attack on this
You
one.
certainly do.
21 to hit.
That will hit.
$13 damage.
13 damage.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you slicing him?
And he takes 1 damage if he moves.
That's okay.
Just he's facing towards me, so I'm probably gonna aim for his face. Actually,
Oh dang! You cut you go into his face and you cut all the way across down to the bone. You can see face bone
not
in there, and he stumbles backwards and drops to a knee.
You done been
Almost.
face boned.
Almost dead. Obviously, almost dead. And it is now no longer your turn. Am I correct? You didn't take any bonus actions yet.
I guess I'm gonna take dodge if this dude's gonna keep shooting arrows at me.
Cool. Arlo,
Hey, I can take my movement to move towards him too,
you
can I?
can.
All right, then I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So double the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Menacingly.
Arlo, it is your turn, sir.
I'm going in for the bite to try to take this guy out.
Advantage.
11 and 10.
Why does he get advantage?
Boo.
Um,
Pack.
Pack tactics. Allies
wolf
within 5
gets
feet.
advantage if an ally is within 5 feet.
Okay.
For some reason, that's the one we all know. So yeah, you do miss him actually. So you go to like you're snarling and biting at him and stuff, and he's able to put his spear down and block your mouth. Grim, it is your turn unless you're not done.
That's all I got for this
Okay.
one.
I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
That's a 13. I'm not gonna punch him.
Yeah, you're gonna hit him again in that armor that just
This
holds up to
one
your
guy
punch.
is just like
Yeah, he's the only formidable one so far.
bobbing and
um,
weaving. Bobbing and weaving.
So you stepped away from the one that you just booming bladed.
He doesn't get an opportunity attack because of my.
No, it's his turn.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying you stepped away, so it would require him to be boomed. He booms and he dies. He steps towards you.
I see how much health he has.
Yeah,
And then it endlessly amuses me that he only takes 1 damage.
He steps towards you in the booming blade and axe, and you can again.
It's just like one of those, like when your ear pops because of altitude changes.
Yeah, the booming blade, like his eyeballs explode. He falls to the
Doesn't even
ground.
have time to do that much.
And then the gnoll the gnoll that was attacking Arlo is again going to try to stab at him. The wolf that keeps attacking him is bothering him. He doesn't want that anymore.
Have it.
Will a 15 hit? I think
Yeah.
it will.
Ironically, yeah.
3 damage on that one.
This guy is sturdy.
Yeah, he gets you 2 times in a row. Just stabs you twice with that spear.
I feel perforated.
And then again, what's going to happen next is that gnoll who you just ran up to is going to drop his bow and try to stab at you, Jack, with his spear. But you took the dodge action, so he crit fails, and he is so weak that he crit fails and just stabs at you, and he also just falls prone on the ground, like just finished at this point. So Jack, it's your turn, sir.
I'm going to chop him on the back of the head.
All right, advantage. Natural 20.
Okay.
The dice are.
Except for ours.
Hey Brice, did you roll over a 3?
Hang on. So,
How far does the head go?
Brice, it's not required.
hang on.
Oh no.
27.
Good lord, dude. With that much damage, you actually hear an audible swing when you chop down, and as you do, like, you chop so deep into his head that when you pull it back, there's dirt on the end of your knife. Like, you're with his head all the way open.
What was the thing from the land? Split him from pout to pucker.
Oh boy.
That is split right there.
So that gnoll is dead, and there's only one living gnoll left, Arlo, and he is directly in front of you, between you and Grim.
Going for the bite. That's the only attack that the wolf has, so.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to take my
8.
dodge.
12!
Dang, dude, that's not good. So
Good
you
grief.
miss him again.
And
He
this
is,
is with a +5 to hit.
yeah, he is dialed in on you, dog. No pun intended. Grim, punch this thing to death, please.
Punch him.
Do it. Do it.
That's a 15.
That will do it.
Yay.
Thank God.
Both of you getting rolled at once. Surprise, surprise. That's 17 damage.
17 damage will do it. Where are you punching him?
I want to actually. Can I just like take my knee right into his abdomen?
Yeah, we'll say that you put some necrotic damage on that head when you grab him to give him the knee. But really, what kills him is just a very forceful knee into his vital organs. It explodes his liver and kidneys, and the spine breaks, and you just fold this gnoll half over on your knee. And the
We're
gnoll,
both falling backward.
yeah, because you're
I'm just letting
yeah.
myself fall.
Oh, I like that image. So you flop down with the body of a gnoll on top of you.
I'm gonna roll it off very sluggishly. Just
Yeah, you roll the gnoll off, and you can hear its last death rattles. And there's silence in the forest.
I'm gonna pat its head. You poor doggy.
That's a good way to end it. What? Will Grim survive the next few hours? Will our party be surprised at what Briar has to say? What were the gnolls trying to wake up? And how many more of them are there? Find out next week on Dungeon Boys. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us on Twitter at Tank Media Games. If you want to send us items or characters or any sort of stuff that you want us to use in the game, send me that on Twitter at Tank Media Games. Also, if you want to be involved with our show financially at all, even for as little as $1 per month, you can follow us, or you can go to patreon.com/Tank Media Network. And as always, in the meantime, we love you very much.
Doodles.